Okay, picking up at question 6, it says, how many different locker combinations could a combination lock have if there are 40 numbers on the lock and the lock requires 3 numbers in the correct order? Well, here order matters, so this is actually a permutation. Remember, a locker combination is really a permutation because order matters. And here also a number cannot be used more than twice. That keeps it in that idea that it's a permutation. So this is really the permutation of 40 things taken 3 at a time. So all I would do is go to the Excel sheet and be on that binomial sheet and go down to the permutation area and put in 40 for n, 3 for the x, and you get 59,280. So that's how many different lock combinations there are. On problem number 7, it says Pizza Hut offers a pizza special in which you have 5 free toppings from their list of 10. How many free topping combinations are there? Well, this is a combination because order doesn't matter. You say cheese and pepperoni and they put on pepperoni and cheese, it really doesn't matter. So this is a combination of 10 things taken 5 at a time. So just go to the Excel sheet and in that combination area just put 10 in for the n and 5 in for the x, and you get an answer of 252. Okay, on the next problem, it says 25% of newborn babies will live beyond the age of 80. If 10 babies are born today, what is the probability that, and this one says 6 will live beyond the age of 80? Well, the first thing you have to realize, and I'll put this in here, that you have to realize that this is binomial because, first of all, it's discrete because either how many of these 10 babies are going to live to the age of 80. Well, it could be none of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. It's a discrete amount. Now, the probability remains the same for each kid. It's 25%. And it's binomial because there are 2 choices. Either the baby will live to be to the age of 80 or not live to the age of 80. So that's why it's binomial. Filling in the n, x, y, and p. The n is 10 because we were looking at a sample of 10 babies. Now the x and the y are both 6 because this says 6 will live beyond the age of 80. That means exactly 6. So both the x and y is 6, and the probability is given here to be 25%. So that's 0.25. And we would just go to the binomial sheet and put in those values of 10, 6, 6, and 0.25, and we'll get our answer right here of 0.01622. And that's really where you'll do all the rest of the problems on this practice test. The next problem, part B, says at most 6. Well, at most 6 means 6 or less. So the x would be 0 and the y would be 6. Put those into the Excel sheet and you'll get your answer. At least 1 will live beyond the age of 80. At least 1 means 1 or more. Well, you couldn't have any more than all 10 of them, so the y is 10. So 1 to 10. And the expected number is n times p, which is 10 times 0.25, which is 2.5. And that's also given to you right here is the expected value, 2.5. Okay, the next problem says 4 out of 5 dentists recommend Trident gum. What is the probability from a sample of 20 dentists? 11 will recommend Trident gum. Well, this is binomial because they either recommend it or they don't recommend it, and the probability maintains the same, 4 out of 5 or 80%. So in this first problem, the n is 20 because you have a sample of 20. The x and y is 11 because this means exactly 11, and the p is 0.8, and you'll get your answer. At least 11 means 11 or more, so that's 11 up through 20, and at most 12 means 12 or less, so that's 0 to 12. And again, the expected number is just the n times p, or 20 times 0.8, and you'll get 16. And the last problem on the practice test is also binomial. It says 27% of automobile accidents are due to road conditions. From a random sample of 10 automobile accidents, what is the probability that at most 3 are due to road conditions? Well, it's either due to road conditions or not due to road conditions, and the probability is maintained at 27%. So your sample is 10. It says at most 3, so at most 3 means 3 or less, so your x is 0, your y is 3, and your probability is given to be 0.27. Just put that into the Excel sheet and you will get your answer, and that will wrap up the practice test.